Hello everyone and welcome back to Simulanka. Today we are going that lag spike. Today we are going to be doing Kirara's quest. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And yes, I did go ahead and get the outfit. So anyway.
So, are you all set? Ready to start investigating?
We're all good.
Great! Then let's go!
Where are we going? I'm really interested.
I've packages all over, but I've never seen a mysterious fairy tale world like this before.
Oh. How do I walk? Oh my god. I haven't done this one yet.
Looks like nobody has gotten around to
Girl, shut
repairing
up.
this house yet. Ugh, even I wouldn't dare to sleep in there. It might suddenly collapse in on you.
Bruh. Oh, now you're gonna run. Okay, I see. I see you.
Nothing to see here either. Maybe we can find someone to ask?
Girl is running all over the place.
Over there! I bet we'll find some people there. Let's go take a look.
What the heck is this? Oh my god. Whoa. Stop in front of me like that.
I was sure there'd be people here.
There once was a goddess who ruled over fate.
Excuse me?
Before she died, she left 3 riddles for the kingdom she had created.
What? Who said that?
Long story short, on this day, a sentient feline, an outlander, and a diminutive pixie arrived on the scene. They saw a narrow path off to the side.
Okay, but which side? Yeah, if you gave ambiguous instructions like that to a Komania Express courier, they'd give you the parcel right back and tell you to write the delivery address more clearly.
Despite how obvious the answer was, the perplexed pixie and the flummoxed feline struggled to work it out. Although, perhaps a small part of the blame could be attributed to my dull narration. Alright, let's try this again. The path on the left-hand side seemed to give off an enticing fragrance, as if to say, this is the way to wealth and glory.
Ooh, that sounds like the start of a good story. Then what?
And what? Okay, I'm not gonna lie
At the end of
though.
the path, the motley crew would soon spot a secret stone room. A prophecy had once foretold of a marquis who shall one day venture inside, and thus it is named the future marquis's abode to be.
Girl, where do I
it?
go?
The future marquis's abode to be? Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Like the Slay the
was a little bit
Princess
boastful.
guy.
But before you continue, I must warn you of the danger that lies ahead. For example, under no circumstances should you sit on the chair in the center. Otherwise, the consequences could be...
Where do you want me to go?
embarrassing.
Down here? Oh my god. Okay, like I was trying to say, sounds like the narrator from Slay the Princess, which I'm not getting good vibes from, just saying. Okay. What do you want me to do? The little light. Something about a chair? I don't see a chair. Chair? What the hell does it want me to do?
So many summers, winters, springs, and falls, and now at last a hero hither strides.
This realm knows not what lies beyond its walls. Its secrets mystify the world outside.
Witness pact. In the name of the elders of our 3 tribes, we hereby form this pact, that from this day forth our people shall harm one another no more. No more shall we...
Golden sunlight fills the
Oh
firmament.
my
The
god,
tide of
shut up!
grace is your intent. Perhaps, perchance, peruse these pages thence. They surely represent no ill intent.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave that there if you want to read it. Whoever this is talking better shut the hell up! Oh my
And
god.
enthralled by the outstanding storytelling, the Outlanders knew what their next objective was. Namely, to remove the clockwork key from the raised platform up ahead.
Cabe, I just realized. You said we all had to speak like bards, but every time you open up your mouth, I don't hear any rhymes.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's one standard for us and another for you. That's That's not fair, Cape.
Can you shut A up?
Strong as stone, firm as steel, the Outlander pulls, but it does not yield.
This has happened many times before, but this time is different. A thought entered.
The attack now over, only one final step remains.
Now it is the time to
What?
Alas, as was the case for all those who had come before, the key still did not move an inch. Wait, what? They got it out?
Yes! Finally! Come on, move your butts! And your legs, assuming they're still in working order. It's showtime!
No hard feelings about your lack of poetic contributions?
Oh, let it go!
They ever shut up?
Ah, welcome, esteemed and noble Outlander. Allow us to introduce ourselves.
We represent the 3 great clans of this realm, having been selected as its authorized historical supervisors.
Our purpose being to await the arrival of one such as yourselves, who shall remove the clockwork key.
My name is...
You're Cape, he's Albizzi, and that's Bobarano, right? You've done so much talking that we can already tell you apart by your voices.
Yeah.
Aren't we missing someone, though? The guy who led us here to begin with?
Who?
And thus was born the long-awaited fellowship, destined to uncover the truth of the past. Allow me to quote, if I may, in the history of Constellation Metropole, a new page has begun.
You can't just say the word fellowship without me immediately having flashbacks to Lord of the Rings.
Him.
Well, there's no fourth person, so which of you is the ventriloquist? Come on, out with it.
We've never heard that voice before, but he sounds like he'd be good at reading bedtime stories to children.
Well, whoever it is, I don't know and I don't care.
Me.
Forget about him. We have far more important things to focus on. Like, where our journey goes from here.
That key you hold is the pivot point about which the past and present of the Metropole revolve. However, between our 3 clans, there is some dispute over the historical record.
Each clan has its own version of history, detailing the clan's origins and the tale of the dragon of old. And unfortunately, we don't know which one is the truth.
Dragon? You mean the one that's been acting up recently?
Oh, no, not that one, you adorable little pixie. When I say dragon of old,
He means a dragon that would be really, really old if it was still with us today, but it was defeated in ancient times. The new one has nothing to do with our clan history.
Was that supposed to be a joke? Anyway, so you've been waiting for someone to remove the key so you can finally explore the truth of the past?
not just explore it, but argue incessantly about it. Honestly, I don't care that much. Cape's the one who's always bothering us about it.
What we need to figure out is who resolved the dragon crisis. We have to know that before we can decide which is the supreme clan.
The moment you removed the key from where it was lodged, you became the honorary Marquis. We humbly beseech you, noble Outlander, noble Traveler Marquis, we ask you to help us. You and your talking Puss in Boots and the pale floating pixie.
Puss in Boots? Are you serious? It's better than demon feline, but still.
Embrace it, my friend, embrace it. Most cats don't wear boots or speak, do they?
I'm not even a cat, I'm a Nekomata. Now that you know the word, I expect you to use it.
Please allow me to lead you all to a sacred memorial site. It will be much easier to explain what needs to be done once we are there.
Why are we in a cave? Sacred memorial site.
This place is sacred to my clan. It's where our brave forefathers once took up arms against the dragon of old. After a bitter battle that dragged on for many days and nights, finally, our forefathers fought the dragon into submission, and it fled. They took turns, though. Some forefathers worked the day shift, while others worked the night shift.
So they work shifts while the poor dragon had to work all around the clock?
So they say. It's just a legend, though.
Wait a second? Did I just hear you admit that your clan's history is just a legend?
History, legend, who cares? My clan was definitely courageous, that's the point. That's the truth. And isn't the truth what we've all been arguing about non-stop for all these years?
Cape's words gave the traveler food for thought. Could it be that the truth in a fictional world is equivalent to fiction in the real world? But that would have to wait. Apparently, Capet was not alone in his pilgrimage to this sacred site. Unwanted company had arrived. The traveler and the talking cat, Nekomata, decided to teach them some manners.
So you just want me to start fighting?
Now you shall perish.
Boink.
There
Boink.
is no escape.
A true display of heroism and valor. It was as if the spirits of my ancestors were fighting through me.
Here's a thought. Could be wrong, but maybe the Traveler Marquis is a lot more powerful than your ancestors.
Well, technically, by saying that, aren't you implicitly acknowledging that my
They talk so
your
much.
martial prowess and show of courage are a more vivid reenactment of my ancestors' feats that suit the modern aesthetic? Now, let's get down to business. As we all know, time is but an illusion. Time may flow line by line, page by page, or frame by frame, but usually it flows in the form of springs and gears.
And that clockwork key you have in your hand can turn back time and make the past reappear.
Well, actually, my view is that the illusion of time is more of a problem of consciousness. Gears power the body, while the body is the vessel of the conscious mind. But the mind cannot understand the dimension of time, so we experience instead an endless continuum of moments as the pinion of now turns along the rack of ages.
What?
I'm getting flashbacks to when I was delivering packages to the Sumeru Academia.
Girl, I feel
A
you on
teacher
that.
once asked Albizzi what his greatest fear was, and he replied, dragons. Boberano was asked the same question. He replied, time, and repeated the argument we just heard. The teacher then turned to Capet and posed the same question. He replied, Boberano.
The manuscript that tells the truth of the historical record, the blueprint to all of creation, the work of the great mage themselves. It can be found at the beginning of the Girac, and on the very first page of the book.
Paimon didn't follow all that, but basically, you're just saying that we need to put the key in and turn it all the way back?
Exactly. It is said that in the beginning, the goddess of creation took the goddess of fate's manuscript as a blueprint, placed it under the goddess of prophecy's starry realm, and generated the world from a few magic arrays. So in a few moments, when the great clockwork key turns the local time here back to the very beginning, we will restore the magic arrays back to their original configurations.
Hold on, isn't stealing part of the blueprint of creation a little dangerous? Also, how are we supposed to know the original configurations of the magic arrays?
Well, the general shapes of the configurations have been passed down over the ages. They now form the family crests of each of our clans. So you'll just need to reference my family crest and join the dots accordingly.
I feel suspicious. Okay, so we have to make this like Z. Where do I start though? Okay. It's like a Z. It's like
To
a Z.
address your other concern, when the house has already been built, do you really think that taking away the construction crew and blueprint will cause it to collapse?
The Traveler Marquis prepares to insert the great clockwork key into the nearby keyhole.
All right. Keyhole. Give it a good whack. What? Recall how you simply. What? What do you want me to do? Ah. Oh, no. No. No, 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 no. 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 No.
I guess we should start here?
Oh, you want me to start here? What? Where do I have the thing? Did they give that to me? Oh, Where do you want me to go from here? What the hell? Okay, this is not what it looked like. It's supposed to be a Z. This is not a Z. What the hell is this? This is not what we're supposed to do. Okay. What? This isn't right. I'm just gonna connect it or something. What do I
Why don't you
do?
give it another
Okay, I gotta make this into a Z somehow. Is that what I do? It's supposed to be like a Z. How do I open it? So we need to start and then make a Z. Okay. So how would I do it with shapes? So over and then down. So here I could go.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Oh, okay. I think I get it. So you're supposed to take this one this way. That's the small one. Like this. Come on, go here, and then you cross to go here, and that makes the Z. Yeah. Wow, I feel so stupid. I feel so
Behold,
stupid.
The sacred writings that record the truth of... No, wait. That have shaped the truth of history. Gather round and let us bear witness.
Brave Francis mounted the haystack, picked up a fork, and planted it down atop the mountain of grass. Behind him was a large bright moon. God, this is long. He shouted out the names of everyone in the village. The village chief was first to be named, and so frightened he was that he wished he had climbed back up the haystack and stopped up Francis's mouth. Are you crazy? You're yelling so loudly the dragon might show up. You good for nothing. Have you not seen the windmill everyone has built been destroyed by the dragon? And here you are, worrying if it'll return. Francis would really love to have him kicked him off the haystack, but he held back, giving the heat that the chief too was worried about the villagers' safety. Francis saw that nigh all the villagers had arrived, and so he cleared his throat. Dear neighbors and kin, think you still have what we must endure this? No, of course not, but we cannot do anything about the dragon, said the grocer. Who says so? I did not leap onto this neck from the windmill blade, stepping on it twice, and did it not fall down and flee? What is this about? Perhaps everyone worked so hard to build the mill that was destroyed. Everyone's emotions became inflamed. Lifting their fists, they decided to take the dragon, but take down the dragon. But Francis lifted his own hands and calmed everyone down. Let us go home for today, everyone. Everyone's present lack of self-preservation is not bravery, rather wrath. If we desire to face the danger after calming ourselves, then we may truthfully call ourselves sentient valor. So everyone went home. The next day, there were still many youngsters who wished to follow Francis to take on the wicked dragon. Who would have known that the valiant possesses the protection of the goddess of radiant charter, encountering the true valor. The dragon could neither spout fire nor slash with claws, and was forced to call the other parties to call pauses and switch personnel. And so, after several days and nights of fierce fighting, the wicked dragon could no longer bear it and chose to surrender. AA.
Feast your eyes, rejoice, and cheer, for this is the unquestionable truth. Look at the signature. Nobody is capable of forging that.
I don't believe it. So, all along, our histories have been false?
Don't lose heart, Albizzi. It does not follow from his is true that ours are false.
That's
That might be the
true.
most bogus logic I've ever heard.
Hey,
Keep up the
yo.
mental gymnastics, Boberano. Been waiting for that look of jealousy on your face my whole life, and I'm gonna savor it.
Why are you so
And
nasty?
yet, it seemed that this conundrum could indeed have more than one solution. Everyone agreed that there may be more than one truth. The party decided to visit the sacred sites of the other clans and see what their documents had to say.
Isn't a narrator supposed to remain detached and objective? It feels like you're forcing a narrative agenda on us here. Well, whatever. I'm in a good mood. Let's do it. The instructions say to repeat the process 3 times, and besides, I'm looking forward to watching you both be sorely disappointed.
Wow.
Let's do my clan next. I'll lead the way.
Okay. You'll lead the
We'll
way.
need the key again, right? Let me see if I can pull it out. Yoink!
Okay, let's see if we can actually teleport. I'm a little confused about this quest, but I do feel like it's building up that they're all gonna have the same histories and they're fighting for no reason. That's usually how it goes, and yes, I'm stopping for that because I need Mora, because I've been building 2, 3, 4 characters at once. I don't recommend
The party
that.
finds no pedestal in which to place the great clockwork key.
Where's your clan's pedestal? Let me guess, you hid it away in advance to save yourself the embarrassment of having it exposed as a fake?
Bro.
You done? Okay. Now, since my clan's main claim to fame is...
Misinformation, half-truths, and fabrication.
Wow.
Shut up, Cape.
Honestly.
Shut up, Cape.
Yeah. Yeah.
I swear, if I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Boberano. Let those be my last words.
My clan's claim to fame is that we outwitted the dragon of old and stole its treasure. Ergo, all articles of value that we own, including the pedestal for the clockwork key, lie behind that door.
So, next step is open the door?
Almost. There's one step before that. The door is protected by a smart interrogation system. We have to answer its questions, and if we get them wrong, we will alert law enforcement.
Jeez. Well, do you at least know the answers?
The correction fluid of time has dyed white the pages of the Book of Wisdom. No, I don't know the answers.
Oh my god.
But worry not. I had a quick word with the constabulary in advance. They'll ignore the alarm if we get the questions wrong, so answer without fear.
There's no response from the door and nothing unusual about it. Knock on the door.
Question 1. Who is it?
Your mom. Yeah,
Great yokai!
Yeah.
Nekomata in boots!
the marquee.
And the trusty travel guide, Pixie! Travel guide! Trusty travel guide!
Question 2. By which virtue did the ancients defeat the dragon?
If this is the right answer, I swear I'll...
Correct!
Okay.
A barefaced lie. So low.
Question 3. Which is more real? The fiction of the outside world, or the truth of this world?
Hear, hear! Who can be sure that the outside world isn't just a dream? And that when the dreamer wakes up, they won't just find themselves inside a novel?
Well.
There is no way to know, therefore both are equally real.
Yeah.
All correct. You may have the key pedestal.
Did I actually pick the right answers, or are they all just randomly correct? Door opens and a puff of smoke wafts out. After smoke clears, the
Traveler
pedestal
Marquis,
appears.
You know what must be done. Please insert the great clockwork key. Oh, and this is my family crest.
Okay, it's like a question mark. Okay, that one looks easier. Let's go to Kirara. Okay, let me check this real quick. Needs to be a key shape, so something needs to go down.
Do we really need this one?
Do you really need that one? Trying to think, what's the best way to go down? The best way to go down. I didn't even realize those chests were there if they're real. Like a key. I need to go down. What's one that I can go down from? These ones look pretty good to go down. But I really need this one. What does that mean? What the heck? Okay. Can I get this one? I think I can do this way. And then bring it down. Yeah. I was right. Haha.
Now, let me see what
elaborate fiction the Clan of Wisdom was able to conjure up.
If
Bro.
anyone's listening, I would like to submit these as my last words. I surrender. I'm the one who murdered Tappet.
Oh my god, why is Antonio in the basement of the crumbling house? Began reading the ancient book he had found. His oil lamp shook from time to time as swaying structure above ground collapsed. The village was to be symbolically raised by the dragon, and he had been chosen by the dragon, for he had not returned home. But Antonio did not care. He only wished to study the book the old lady had given him on the bridge he passed today. The book was titled Radiant, and within was ordered all the rules that everyone believed in Lanka must follow. It was written in the language of the world's creation at the very start, and if Antonio was not possessed by extraordinary wisdom and deciphered this primordial text, there had been no study to be had. This book recorded no solutions as to the resolving difficulty that Constellation Satellite presently faced, nor did it contain any hexes that could aid Antonio in repairing his own home. But he knew that the wisdom was the mightiest thing in the world. The morning light shone through the ruins of his home, and the neighboring blacksmith and the chubby chief took great pains to get rid of the house's wreckage, which blocked the basement hatch. With dark circles around his eyes, Antonio said to the chubby chief, "I shall defeat the dragon. I will return soon. Are you alright? You don't look like you got any sleep. Just smoke from the oil lamp. Don't worry about it." The dragon sat atop a mountain of treasures, gazing down at an insignificant little Antonio, walking closer. Flames gathered in its throat, preparing to burn the area 1 centimeter before him, all better to scare his puny, foolish creature away. "Halt! I am the qualified second-class Meister. The Radiant Charter states that I cannot refuse a duel. You cannot use force. The restriction did not indeed. This is so long. The restriction did not indeed exist, and so the wicked dragon swallowed its flames whole. So that's how it dreaded going to the toilet tomorrow." Antonio, for his past, had not expected that to be the second-class rust-clearing Meister qualification exam he had taken on a lark would come in useful. "And I am a second-class Meister. I propose a duel of riddles you cannot refuse." Now Simulanka had such a law, mainly for the benefit of sphinxes, old sages, and princesses who wished to make life harder for others. The evil dragon had not expected this rule to catch up with it. "I shall ask the first question. My house sold for 8,000 mora yesterday, but I thought there was room to raise the price, so I brought it back to 9,000, planning to sell it for 10,000. How much mora did I lose in the end?" The dragon laughed, incompetent. "So what's hard about that? You could have waited until it hit 10k to make your move, but you sold it for 8k and bought it for 9k, so you lost 1k mora that you should have been earning instead." "Wrong. You burned my house down yesterday, and I couldn't sell it in time, so I've lost far more. Sorry, I do have to burn a house, and happened not to be home, so I might as well hit one that doesn't result in any losses of life. Now that you've lost this contest, I have the right to loot the same value as your life minus 1 mora, and considering that you burned my house, I can seek damages. Yet assume that my house isn't worth just 1 mora. Well then, wicked dragon, you know what you must know what to do with yourself. Please spare me. I'll give you anything." "Your words, not mine," Antonio said as he pulled out a contract he had written long ago. Thus did Antonio use his wisdom to take all the evil dragon's treasure. The dragon, devastated, would never again come to attack Constellation Satellite where Antonio lived. Many years later, a child asked Antonio, "You sold your house for 8k and spent 9k buying it back, so it looks like you actually did lose 1k mora." The same stamp. Okay, I guess that goes along with the wisdom aspect, because he didn't actually fight the dragon. He just, used his brain.
Look! My clan's history is true as well! There's that same unforgeable signature again, right here!
What?
Oh, does this mean that my clan is the only odd one out?
Given that my clan's wisdom is such a subject of ridicule in your eyes, I will now appeal to my own personal intelligence, which I believe far surpasses that of my clan at large, and make a prediction. It seems likely that the claims made by each of our clans regarding their history and virtue are all true.
Boberano? How can that be?
Oh, I get what's going on. Once, when I was drinking with Gujiyai, she bet me a round of dried fish that I couldn't guess which cup the umeboshi was under. Whichever one I guessed, I was always wrong, and Gujiyai would lift a different cup to reveal the umeboshi. But then, I learned later from one of the shrine maidens, Miyuki, that all of the cups had an umeboshi under them.
Oh.
Just goes to show, I still got a long way to go before I become a great yokai.
Oh.
Oh, don't mind Fox Lady. That's just her way of teasing you.
Actually, that reminds me. We can now open these 3 treasure chests. And unlike the guessing game you mentioned, this one's not a trick.
I like opening
Cool.
treasure.
Well, once you've plundered the last of Boberano's family wealth, we can go to my clan's place.
Okay. I was actually
Guess I'll take
wondering
the
about
clockwork key
that.
again then. Yoink!
Hey, yo, get down. I was wondering about these, like when I
Maybe
was
can curl up
exploring.
inside this box.
Gimme, gimme, gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Thank you. Okay, last but not least. I think I need to probably go to the top. And then we'll just run over from there. Maybe not. Maybe I'm too far up. Maybe I'm not. Want me to go this way? I was right. Oh, I want to go down. No, you want me to go down. No, let me down. Let me down. Let me down. Okay, where is it that they want me to go? She just meow at me. I didn't know she meows. Where the heck? I'm just gonna jump down, I guess. What? Little dudes here. Well, I thought it wanted me to go all the way up there, but I guess it don't. Eat that bird, Kirara. Where the heck are you taking me? So many giant guards. Okay, what the heck? This is a little crazy. Oh, wow, these guys are giant. I don't think I've seen this area.
The cohort of truth seekers followed Albizzi to his clan's sacred site. They arrived to the site of a giant guard towering over them.
Up ahead is my clan's gigantified guard. He can be a little pig-headed, and he's incredibly strong. Your weapons won't even scratch him.
Wait, but wasn't Kappei's clan the one that's all about strength? So, what do you guys believe in then?
Oh, the guard is one of Kappei's people. Size is a coveted trait in the clan of strength, after all. Mine is the clan of empathy, and our key contribution is growth serum.
Growth serum?
What's sympathetic about that?
Our ancestors believed that, just maybe, the dragon of old didn't mean us any harm at all. Perhaps the dragon simply didn't notice us, since we are so very tiny. So, they drank the growth serum and grew even larger than the dragon. Then, they set the dragon down, calmly explained their perspective, and eventually taught it how to empathize. The serum isn't what it once was, though. Nowadays, it doesn't make you grow all that much, and it actually makes you lose your empathy. So, I advise we take a detour.
Okay.
Despite Albizzi's words of caution, somebody, no doubt, has other ideas. Surely we could avoid a conflict with the guard, they think to themselves.
No, I'm gonna run through it.
Everyone, I have returned. I come with the long-awaited Marquis and their followers to search for the lost origins of our clan.
Well, we weren't told anything about that this morning. Get out of here. Leave us alone.
Bruh. Dang, I can't fight back? Okay. What do you want me to do? Where do you want to go? How do you want me to get around the guards?
You and Albizzi only wanted to strike up a conversation with the guard. But since greeting you wasn't one of the items included in today's schedule, the relationship quickly soured. If you're just looking for a way in, why not consider taking the path on your left?
Path on the left. I can just sneak around like this. Just climb up some
Determined,
boxes.
We should be getting close.
Why is this place so full of junk? Are you the kind of people who never throw away the box when you buy something because you're worried you won't be able to return it without the original packaging? We'll never find the Oracle Pillars in all this mess.
Never mind that. We have a more pressing issue. It seems there's a slight problem with my clan's family crest. The Marquis may need to utilize their wisdom to solve the issue.
It looks like you go like an E. Like this looks like an E. It looks like an E.
Wisdom too, huh? Well, you guys have a bit of everything, don't you? Except empathy.
Okay, it looks like an E, so we'll try to make an E. Okay, what do I do?
Over here! I found it!
Found what? Oh.
Keep the noise down! We don't...
Can't you destroy the boxes a little more quietly?
Not really. Okay, I need to make an... Oh, I got you.
I'll go keep watch.
Why is this one the easiest one? You just make an E this way. E. Yeah, E. E. Pretty easy.
This is the last one.
Oh god. Galileo and Alberto did many good deeds again today, though it was most tiring to help the old lady on the bridge move her barrels of hard apple cider. They each got a small barrel as their reward. I would do it too, to be honest. The moonlight was unobstructed and beautiful, and the two good friends climbed all the high wall that had been built to start the evil dragon off. Alberto lost the rock, paper, scissors match, so he had to hold the barrel of cider under his crook of his arm as they climbed the ladder. Look, this is the big house where our chubby chief was so proud of. Doesn't look so big from here, huh? Said Alberto as he looked at the house. You're wrong. That's my home, said Galileo. The chief's house is that one. Alberto's night vision was not all that good, and moonlight could never compare to the daylight. If one were to close one's eyes, the light could not be seen at all. He tried a little harder, but could not discern anything more. But it's all really small, Galileo continued, so there's nothing wrong with your statement. Galileo and Alberto were both rather perceptive people. Galileo's reply covered for Alberto's discomfort regarding his poor vision, while Alberto also lost the rock paper scissors match on purpose so that he could carry the cider barrel. Because of the gears under Galileo's ribs were injured. Here's to you. The two friends raised a toast once Alberto stuffed a cork into the barrel. Okay, that's pretty empathetic. I get that. I see that. The next day, the two gathered everyone in the village plaza. First, they apologized for the collapse of the anti-dragon wall and told all the people that they were preparing to have a talk with the evil dragon. I know it was a lot of work for everyone to fix that wall, but we're not that fussed about it anyway, said the chubby chief. But are you sure you're not bragging when you say you knocked it down yourselves? Of course, that was not the chief's point. He was a good person. Continued, also, it's too dangerous to seek out the dragon. Don't worry about us. And so the two best friends in the whole world departed. The evil dragon trembled before Alberto and Galileo. For some reason, the old lady's liquor could make people grow very, very large. That's how they accidentally squashed the high walls that previous night. As they gazed down at the ground far below them, they more and less understood how the dragon thought. No wonder it could accidentally destroy the village at its feet. So as long as they could get the dragon to notice people, they could surely come to an understanding. Two friends thus drank all the remaining magic cider, becoming even larger than the dragon by a good margin. Reeking of alcohol, they sandwiched the dragon between them and drunkenly tried reasoning with it. The dragon shriveled up in terror. All of its majesty and aura fell, forever gone. Indeed, it looked kind of pitiful. Alberto attempted to pick dirt off the scales of the dragon's back, but wound up picking off an entire scale. The dragon sought to flee, but Galileo, fearing that the crisis might persist for 10,000 years, or 10,000 years more if the misunderstanding was not cleared back up, what? Tugged its tail and dragged it right back. To be honest, we've always lived under your feet, but we are far too small, so you may not have ever seen us. Now we've transformed and become big, Galileo said. So now, surely you must know that we dwell at your feet. The dragon nodded repeatedly. Thus did the two and the dragon chat all night long, believing the goal of mutual understanding achieved, that the two set off along the road home. Okay, they reasoned with the dragon.
So it's true. Empathy is one of the founding virtues of Constellation Metropole, too.
Just as we suspected, all three are the truth.
Okay. Well, this is a lot to process. I feel a little empty inside. Yes, we found the truth, but there's too much truth.
I get you. It's like in Inazuma, when there were only 6 books in the Mirage Warrior series, it was really popular. But by the time book number 88 came out, nobody wanted to read it. They all lost
88.
interest.
A brief moment of joy is drowned out by a growing feeling of melancholy. But perhaps there is a glimmer of hope to be found too? Anyone? Anyone? All right, I'll say it. How is it the case that these 3 versions of history can all be true at once?
That's exactly what Paimon was wondering, but Boborano kind of already explained it away earlier. So Paimon was worried she'd look stupid for asking the question.
It's not a stupid question at all, my dear little pixie. While I did postulate that different truths may coexist, there is an issue when it comes to these 3 truths in particular.
And?
The problem is, all 3 truths are the history of the exact same thing, namely the dragon and the Metropole's origins. Yet all 3 bear the signature, showing that they're genuine.
And? There's a bell.
The sound of a bell rings out.
Okay, escape the clan.
It rang once! What does that mean again? Ah, yes! Highest level of emergency! Everyone, to the main entrance! Stat! Bring all the glue traps and place them outside the gates!
The whole city is on the lookout, and there's only one way out. It's the path right in front of you.
This is scary.
Why'd they ring the bell anyway? Also, why is 1 ring the highest level of emergency?
Obviously because you have to respond fast when it's an emergency. It'd be a bit too late if they waited till the 99th ring.
Am I just running through the glue traps now? Do this. It's pretty easy. And then do this. Okay, that's pretty fun.
We made it out. Don't know if we'll still be needing this clockwork key, but I yoinked it out before we ran, just in case.
Okay, but back to the truth problem. There are 3 conflicting versions of the truth, and somehow they're all still true. What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I doubt anyone here in Simulanka can make sense of it. All we do know is that any manuscript bearing her signature has to be valid.
Well, she is the goddess of fate, the creator of all this. And all these manuscripts are her grand design.
The reason we argued about who was right was that we didn't know enough about the truth of the past. But now we have the truth. So we just have to accept it. As surely as we will follow the clockwork path designed for us, so is this the course that history has taken. It is clear and incontrovertible.
We will never argue again. Thank you all.
Is that all there is to it? Is this where the decision made at the first crossroads of destiny has led us to? A pointlessly happy ending?
Hey, you got a problem with that?
Overthinking it would be equally pointless. Well, that's enough for one day. Time to take a break.
Could you be any more cryptic? You're planning something. Paimon knows it.
Whatever happens, today was a breakthrough in my journey of discovery. I will go back and share it with my clan.
Me too.
And me.
Let's leave it there for today then. I'm sure we'll find out what else Mr. Narrator has planned for us tomorrow.
Okay, so it looks like we need to wait for the next day. Okay, so we sped up time, so it's now the next day.
What a beautiful day, thought the traveller, before she was overcome by a creeping sense of foreboding.
Oh, great.
The voice in her head grew louder. Must go to Pendulum Lane.
Pendulum Lane is
Lane.
just up ahead. Something must have happened here after all. Everyone's crowded around.
Okay, well, what's happened?
Oh my god, this is terrible! I don't understand. The three great clans of Constellation Metropole have finally made peace with each other. Who could have done this?
Why he on the ground?
What happened? Oh no, someone's lying on the ground. Cappe!
How did this happen?
Cappe, you idiot! Wake up! You need to revise your last words or everyone's gonna start suspecting me!
Last words. What did he say?
If I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Boberano.
Ugh, you could have at least pretended to not remember it.
I'm sorry, Boberano, but this is an interrogation. I have to give the detective straight answers.
Don't worry, Boberano. I don't consider you a suspect, nor do I have the authority to charge anyone with a crime. So, are you the last people to have had contact with him?
Yes.
My sincere condolences. You were travel companions, right? It's a real tragedy. I'm afraid he'll be out cold for another hour and a half, at least.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. It's despicable. Hitting someone in the back of the head is the second worst act of cruelty there is. The first being replacing their gear oil with extra strong glue.
So, Cappe's not dead?
His gears, metal frame and shell are all still in excellent condition. It's just his energy supply that's been all messed up. Wait. But surely you can't be suggesting that just because Cappe isn't broken, there's no need to go looking for the culprit.
No, there's a need. Huge need.
Unfortunately, this is rapidly turning into a cold case. There's no evidence and no witnesses. Unless there's an official clockwork pedestal, the goddess of prophecy around here somewhere. Excuse me. Then suddenly the long-lost dragon of old flew across the sky.
Where?
I don't see no dragon.
I didn't see anything. Wait, why can't I move?
Oh, my mistake. It was just a cloud. Or a bird. Or something.
Sounds like you,
If
the
only we could
narrator.
turn time backwards and replay the crime.
Isn't that one of those, clockwork socket things right behind you?
So it is. No wonder everyone here is suddenly struggling to move. Traveller, if you please, let's recreate the crime scene.
Recreate the crime scene. Okay.
The crime scene's too chaotic. I
Yeah.
can't make heads or tails of it.
Well, what happened?
Let me see.
He just fell over.
Okay, let's get going. The next location on my list is really far away.
What? He just fell over. There's nothing to watch.
Well, that clears it up. Cappe was walking along the street, and he suddenly collapsed. He was faking it.
What? So case closed? Aren't you supposed to investigate a little more first?
Well, we literally replayed the crime scene and saw it with our own eyes. There's no need for any evidence gathering or powers of deduction now. And besides, maybe the truth is inherently strange by nature. Like how Constellation Metropole has 3 histories, each of which is the truth.
But didn't you say Cappe was struck in the back of the head and knocked unconscious?
For all I know, he could have bashed his head against the toilet bowl
Eat.
before leaving the house. Then walked here in a daze before finally passing out. As for why he might have done that, my guess is... With the Supreme Clan question left unanswered and the tension in Constellation Metropole suddenly wiped away, he was looking to create a new source of conflict. Only then would the city feel alive again.
Do we really think he's capable of that, though? Sounds like a pretty complicated conspiracy for the average Simulanka resident.
Traveler, something about the crime scene
Yeah.
isn't sitting right with me. It just seems unnatural. Also, anything outside of the immediate area won't have appeared in the replay. Is it possible that something was missing from the scene? Why don't we search the area?
Wait, what are you doing?
Oh, we're gonna head to Catbay's house to check the toilet bowl for signs of an impact.
Yeah, the detective seems a little bit sus to me.
A pickaxe? What is it doing all the way
Whoa.
down here? There's gotta be a story behind it. Let's take it.
Okay, we got one clue. Yeah, I see some more. I know there's one pointing here, so let's get this one.
There's a spear here. It looks so mysterious. Let's take it.
Where is this one pointing at? Oh, maybe these guys?
Hello there. Have you seen my spear by any chance? Someone was shouting about a dragon a minute ago, and I instinctively threw it into the sky.
Yeah, I can tell. Okay, well that clears up the spear. The pickaxe is still a little suspicious.
You're not from these parts, are you? Just visiting?
Yep, that's right. Why? What's up?
Ah, well, I was gonna offer you a great job in the Titanium mines. A safe and secure working environment.
Doesn't sound very safe. At least not as safe as being a courier.
To keep the Titanium ore intact, we use specially
Okay.
designed pickaxes that can't cut through it. Even if you struck a person with it, it wouldn't so much as leave a scratch. And in terms of labor intensity, the work has been rated as Class 2 physical labor by a reputable organization.
Mm-hmm.
Even cats can do it.
I'm not. Never mind. I give up.
I'm not a cat, but you got a
Welcome
fish
to
in your hair.
Paimon's world.
Mind you, I don't know what happened today, but somehow a pickaxe has
Okay.
gone missing. Maybe one of the giant guards broke it down, so someone took it to perform a rapid resuscitation procedure.
Sounds pretty brutal for a first aid technique. Still, a missing pickaxe. Huh. Is it just me, Traveler, or does it seem kinda suspicious?
We did find a pickaxe. Okay, we got two more clues. Up here.
Come here. Whatever it is you were looking to buy, please do come back tomorrow. It's just, I have to close early today.
Why you sound like
A
that?
bottle of growth serum has gone missing. If someone's stolen it with the intention of harming others, the consequences could be disastrous. There's a whole investigation into it, so I gotta close the shop while I do an inventory count.
3.
If it turns out I'm wrong and I miscounted, I could be charged with filing a false report and disturbing the peace.
Okay. So I'm guessing that's what I'm looking for, yeah.
There's a strange potion bottle here. Looks so weird. Let's take it.
I mean, everything's been accounted for with the stories.
Let's say one of these was the weapon used in the assault. Which one do you think it is?
It's not the pickaxe. It's not the spear, so it has to be the serum.
If it was the growth serum,
Well, that's
Cappe
true.
would have been turned into a giant.
Also, the bottle probably would have shattered when it hit him.
That's true.
We would have seen the debris on the ground.
But it can't be the
Let's say one of
pickaxe.
these was the
Okay, I'm gonna go with the pickaxe. It can't be the spear.
If it was the pickaxe, Cappe sure is lucky it's not still lodged in his head.
It said it wouldn't do that
Actually,
though.
you're
Yeah.
wrong there, Paimon.
Yeah.
The foreman at the mine was just saying, this kind of pickaxe is designed not
Okay.
to damage titanium.
That makes sense now.
So it couldn't cause any superficial damage to residents here. But you could probably knock someone out if you hit them hard enough. And it wouldn't leave a scratch. Let's take this back to the crime scene and replay it one more time.
Okay, that's
you're
what I was
back.
thinking about.
How was the toilet at Cape's house?
Toilet? What about it? Oh, yeah, forget that.
What's this about? What are you trying to say?
We thought the way Cape fell looked odd, so we searched the area for suspicious items and found this. It could have been deliberately placed out of range of the crime scene so it wouldn't show up when we replayed it. Now we've retrieved it, we were gonna replay it again. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, I just remembered I forgot to turn off the clockwork switch in my kitchen. Yeah, I think I'll just...
Oh no, you stay right there.
Yeah, you're a little suspicious to me. Uh-oh.
Good now.
Uh-oh. Oh, he has it in his hand. Wait, why would he want to hurt him? I don't understand. He's obviously got the pickaxe, and so I think he throws it or something. But why is the detective the one who caused a crime scene? Hey, he running. Oh! He let it bounce off the box. Why did he do that? He waited until they were not looking, and then he went and did that.
Oh, the scenery here is wonderful.
You gonna kick it away or something?
I've landed the perfect...
So you're the attacker!
Yeah. Why though? Why?
So, it was you!
I would congratulate you for cracking the case, but since I did such an abysmal job of covering my tracks, didn't exactly have your work cut out for you. So, all I can say is... catch me if you can!
Hey, yo. Just a little waddling.
We have a runner! That's it! Let me at him!
The
Hey.
Marquis of Carabas dispatched the necromancer in boots who ran off in pursuit of the poor little minion.
I didn't know this could do this. How'd you get there? Hey, I just went through a
Minion's poor
pendulum.
little lower back was protesting painfully against the intense physical activity.
I
He
can't.
decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath.
Too fast for him. I would have caught him already if the game just let me.
Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump.
I literally got him.
By this point, the necromancer in boots was gasping for air. The minion was huffing and puffing, even more loudly. But we'll ignore that.
Not! Don't underestimate the gold level courier of the Komania Express!
Now.
A characteristic
Dude.
catty response from the necromancer. Tell me, what do you hope to gain from bullying me?
It is him!
Let off some steam!
Okay, I thought the narrator sounded like him. Oh, great.
Fell into my trap. In fact, all the glue in this world is created by me, using my narrator powers. I make it and the residents just gather what they need.
What?
Rats! Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys right now. You can just jump out of your shoes and keep running, but Wait.
The unnamed minion made a last-ditch escape attempt. He began his long climb, up the wall, the tall wall. He began his long climb up the tall wall.
You call that a tall wall? An urgent Neko parcel.
I'm beat. I surrender.
What? I'm so confused. Why is he the narrator?
You've got nowhere left to run.
And why did he hurt the dude? Just don't
All
understand.
right. I confess.
That was fast.
Getting caught by you here was a backup plan. I don't know if what I've done will make things better or not. Time to come clean. I am the narrator, the one who's been guiding you all this time.
Oh my god, my mind is blown. Yeah, I figured.
Okay. I guess my voice acting skills have some room for improvement. Anyway, I only did what I did because
Why are you suddenly spilling the beans?
I poured my heart and soul into all this. I was worried you wouldn't ask. The truth is, I was one of the first conscious beings ever made by the goddess of creation.
Oh.
And I've known for a long time that this whole world is just a fairy tale written by the goddess of fate. I know they say that fairy tales are just made up for kids to read, but I refuse to believe that fairy tales are just fictional stories and nothing more. The reason why Constellation Metropole has 3 origin stories is that the goddess of fate wrote 3 drafts and couldn't decide which one she liked best. Then her cat trod all over them, and they all got crumpled together, so the 3 worlds just sort of folded into one. The goddess of fate was torn between them anyway, since she couldn't decide which ending was best for the dragon or the kids, so when she saw what the cat had done, she simply decided to go with all 3.
Oh my god. Wow, it seems I have miraculously taken a shower while filming this so I don't have to go to bed with my hair wet. So anyway, back to the story.
Who would have thought? Well, what does any of this have to do with what you did?
You're not a fictional character, so you couldn't hope to understand my sorrow. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone in all of Simulanka who would understand. Every day that I experience, every interaction I have with another person, is it really all just a work of fiction? The only reason the 3 great clans wanted to find out the truth was for the pointless task of electing the supreme clan. I thought that once they'd learned the truth, it might make them curious enough to investigate further. But as it turned out, they just accepted it and carried on living the same old lives. I have to motivate them to keep looking for answers now that they think they've learned the truth. I have to make them uncomfortable with the superficial explanation that they took at face value. And I have to figure out, once and for all, while you real people from the outside world are still here, are we real?
Aww.
That's my full confession. Time for you to take me back. I'm guessing I'll probably be forced to make a public apology, then sentenced to half a day in solitary confinement. I definitely deserve half a day. Oh, also, pass this message on to Cape, Bobarano, and Albizzi, if you could. The Great Clockwork Key was originally put in place jointly by the ancestors of the 3 clans. If the 3 of them had any ability to cooperate whatsoever, they'd have been able to remove it by themselves. Over all these years, not once have they ever tried removing it together.
Oh, my poor child. There's one thing you've been mistaken about this whole time.
Who's talking?
Ah! Whose voice is that? Detective? Was that you? Your voice acting's actually pretty good.
The reason fairy tales are suitable for children is that they help them to understand the world. Fairy tales may be works of fiction, but at their heart lies an internal logic that is undoubtedly real-world truth in a condensed form. Perhaps they simplify good and evil, and perhaps they hide the darkness in metaphors. But let there be no doubt. The world within fairy tales is as real as can be. And by extension, you and your compatriots are also real.
Goddess! Is it really you?
The line that separates footnotes from narrative can never be crossed. Never the two shall meet. This is why you have never heard my voice before. But now you wish to break free from the story, and there's a cat nearby, so you can hear my echo.
Necromora!
Just your echo?
Oh, poor detective.
So, we are a part of the real world too.
You lead the surrendered detective back to the cabinet. So we need a shot of crime scene for evidence, a mugshot of the suspect for the records, and a photo of the heroes for posterity. The guard molded over. 3 photos is overkill. Let's just go with one big group photo at the crime scene. Suspect, try and look more suspicious. Heroes, more natural, please. Happy smiles, but no smiling from the victim or their friends and family. Thank you. No, don't get up. Stay on the ground. We need to capture this crime scene as it is. 3, 2, 1. Say cheese. Okay, that's pretty cute. Weirdest photo experience of my life. Yeah, I would say.
My head's spinning. Albizzi just gave me a quick rundown of the situation. So you caught the detective?
Sorta. We chased him until he surrendered. Oh, and he asked us to pass on a message.
Tell the three about what happened, yeah. And that they could have been removed and that they have...
Does he really think we didn't try that? 'Cause we did. After 6 months in that place.
Ah, that was my bad. I thought it was a stupid idea at the time, so I didn't really exert myself.
I also sort of stopped trying after 3 years.
Never mind. I'm partly to blame as well. On the second attempt, I just hugged the key and pretended like I was pulling as hard as I could.
You guys are so lazy. My granny's neighbor's pet cat has nothing on you, and it spends all day, every day sunbathing.
Anyway, you said you heard the voice of the goddess of fate at the end? That's amazing.
There is a world beyond our own after all.
What would you guys say to taking a trip to the outside world sometime? Otherwise, I got bashed in the back of the head for nothing.
Depends. Do either of you know how to get there? But yes, I agree we should go. And not invite the detective. Just to annoy
Oh,
him.
that's mean.
But maybe the reason we've never worried about whether we're real or not is that, unlike him, we weren't there to witness the creation of this world. We've never had any reason to doubt that we're real. If someone ever convinced me that these delightful dimwits, Cape and Albizzi, weren't real, oh, I'd be devastated.
Okay, that was pretty cute. Okay. Wait, 2 days later? Oh my god, I thought we were done. For how long is this quest? It's going and going on. Looks like... It's like they're having an identity crisis, not knowing that they're not actually real, and now kind of figuring out that they're kind of real, kind of not. It's a little bit meta, not gonna lie, it's a little bit meta. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we need to do to wrap up this quest. Okay, get the clockwork key to work. So we need to go all the way back where we started, probably in the ruins. Into the world. Okay, that's freaky. If I can remember how to get back there. In the cave. Creepy little cave over here. I didn't even know this cave was here until I did this quest. Okay. This way. There it is. Oh, my little guys are there. My little dudes are already there.
Scry the sky.
Actually change back to Kirara. For the story, of course. There we go. Wait, is that it? Oh. Wait. Oh. Okay. Well, if it isn't the... Okay. Yeah, we're here. Drop these rolls. Okay, I'm guessing that is probably at the end of the quest. We had to go and put the key back here, but yeah. Looks like we can't really do anything. This is pretty confusing, not gonna lie, but anyway, that looks like the end of the quest here today. I just have to say, I feel a little bit confused with this quest. Definitely a little bit weird, but I like the puzzles. I think that was fun. And also, I really love Kirara's skin. It is one of my favorite things from this Scales Summertime and Scales, yeah, quest. But anyway, I really enjoyed it, so I hope you guys too. And if you did, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!